Hey nailchemy family, I'm Amy Masters, and as you guys well know, Dave went live with what he did a little, challenge called #daveflies, and it was a butterfly that he recreated that Haley did, and I thought that was so much fun. We should continue this challenge, so I asked them if I could come live. I'm going to challenge Dave. I'm going to show that I had like the sun, like, I don't know, what is that called? Stained glass type of butterfly effect. And then I'm going to challenge him to do a dragonfly. I'm going to show him two different dragonflies. So this one would be, one that we can do on the nails. Be super fun and simple. This one's a little bit more detailed. Anyways, I thought I would continue on with all the fun that you guys are doing. Hi, Rachel. And you guys have inspired me to continue and go on and show this. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, though, is get these tips prepped. So these are just tips that I purchased from a friend who got them from AliExpress to make it white, just to show you guys a little bit more. So there's a lot more contrast. I'm going to do it over white. So Dave, I know it's late there. I'm so glad that you guys are going to join in with this, but I actually did this live where I can bring somebody on the screen. So Dave, do you want your face on the screen to talk to me live throughout this? You don't always have to sit in the comments. Hi, Haley. So let me know if you want to do that. Until then, I'm going to prep these so that it would be easier to see and you don't see the blue tack. So as always, pretend that this is a fully enhanced nail and you have your base coat on. Hi, Sarah. You take your gel polish. And let's pretend this is a cuticle. You load it up, fan out your bristles, push up to where the cuticle could be, and drag it all the way down on long strokes. And what that does is allows us the gel polish to self-level, so you can do it a lot more and get a better coverage. Then the other thing that it's going to do is allow your cuticle area to have a smooth line, so as the grows out over the weeks to come, then you have a smooth cuticle line, which you can tell by my nails. They're a month old. Oh my gosh, they need done so bad. All right, so I'm going to cure that. So I'm going to see. Hi, Carla. I'm going to see if Dave will come on the screen with me. He hasn't answered yet. How fun would it be to watch Dave's expression on everything? We already know he's pretty animated. I love it. Okay, so once again, put your bulk down the center, fan out your bristles, push up to the cuticle, and then drag it all the way down. I get into the habit of doing this. Like, people have taken my workshops that are like, it's ingrained in my head of you saying to do that. Always long strokes. I always have the habit of going over it more than one time, but let it self-level just for a moment. You can actually see your light reflection start to become one. And then you're going to cure that. Just about to eat dinner. Well, Dave, if we're still live when you're done eating, you can come on the screen. All right, same thing again. Put your bulk down first. Fan out the bristles. Push up to the cuticle and down. And if you guys are using nailchemy products, this is the Salt Stone one. It is a nice solid white, and I love it. Even if you're doing practice tips, always practice the way that you would on a client. Hi, Sally. Hi, Amanda. And Beth and Rachel and Dave, I love it. So fun. I'm sorry, I haven't been live. You guys know I've been busy. My daughter graduated high school and we had all of that. We've had 2 weddings in June and I'm ready for a break. So when Monday came around, I was like, it can be summer now. It can finally be summer. Not that Mother Nature wants to pay attention to anything I have to say, but I gave her the okay. As you can tell, salt stone. So I'm just doing this to give a white base so it really shows up on camera, but obviously you guys can do this on any color that you want. to let that stuff level out. It's always amazing to me. You just wait a moment because, you know, we're really good about starting like maybe on the little finger and going across, but as soon as the thumb's done, we throw it in the light. And the thumb is actually one of the hardest ones to keep contact with the light. So if you wait just a moment and let it self level, you'll notice that you'll have a lot smoother finish, especially when it comes to like base coats. Sometimes people say, oh, I have lumpy nails, and they realize that they put the base coat on too fast. If you guys want to know tricks, I'm totally using pens today, but if you put a little bit of tack on the bottom, when you go to put it in your light, it will stay. It doesn't twist and turn. Hi, Kim. You used saltstone several times today for base or neons. Yeah, Sarah, exactly that. Looking great as always. Thanks, Laura. Kim, how are you? Kim went and got her hair done today, and I think it's different shades of blue, so let's see if she actually did that. I sent a request. I can do a quick minute or two. Are you serious? So Dave, you want to come on right now? I'll send you an invite. Oh, it's not giving me the choice. And I wonder why. Aha, because you already sent it. Ha! Welcome, Dave Partridge, to the screen. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, Dave, I sent a request. It's showing that it's still waiting for your approval. It's actually a teal. Oh, I bet your hair is beautiful, Kim. Yay. Yeah, Laura, isn't it amazing how creative we can get when we want to do it? I actually just bought one of those like real fake hands, and it's not here yet. It should be here in a couple days. I got the tracking on it. I'm a little freaked out by those things, so we're gonna see how it works. I think I paid, with shipping and everything, was $90, so it wasn't bad, but still the idea that they're half of a real looking hand just laying around. All right, I'm gonna get the second coat on that one. I don't know where Dave's at, but for some reason it still shows his face stuck at the top of my screen with an invite, but let me see if I can send it one more time. Not working for some reason, huh? Well, Dave, you know I do these lives constantly. And you're right, it's not even giving me the option now to add you on, but well, darn it, because I even made sure I hit the 2 people interviews just in case we could bring you on the screen. Hi, Sue. Which one? Okay. So I have 3 just prepped with 2 layers of saltstone, and I did that once again so that you guys could see the contrast when you come onto it. If you guys have these, I get these off of Amazon. I get like, I think 100 of them for like $5. They are so good because then every time you don't have to go over, open it up, really find out what colors they are. Of course, this one's labeled really nicely, but it's kind of nice just to look at it that way. I was logged in twice. Well, Dave, how many Facebook things do you have? All right. So just because I thought it would be fun, and these are, themed after Dave of daveflies, I thought that air would be a good one to use for the base. So out of the Ancient Elements collection, I'm going to add a layer of air on all of these just to give it a little bit more dimension, which what you'll notice, there's a little bit of glitter and some mylar, or like sometimes they call them angel hair flakes. This one's a little bit more of a maybe a pink undertone in it, and then there's obviously earth and fire and water. And so you can see let me turn this one light off. This other one, you can't really see it. You can see the extra flakes. and it has a high prism. I know the lighting's a little bit difficult today. We're actually just getting rain, so it's really overcast. And so I'm not getting a whole lot of the direct sunlight in here that I normally do. So I'm going to add a layer of air to all of these because you need air for things to fly, and we want Dave to fly. Doesn't want to focus. Yeah, it doesn't look like you guys can see the color that it really has with the LED light on, but it's so pretty. Oh, Dave can maybe come on again. Let's try that again. As always, fan out those bristles. Get your bristles working for you in long, even strokes. And you're going to notice that your gel polish will be a lot smoother. Look how wide these bristles are. That's how lush and soft these are. Dave, maybe Facebook is not working for us tonight. I was really hoping you can come on the screen and goof off with me. Alright, so to get my line up for the rest of this, I'm actually going to use Onyx to outline it with, and then later on I'm going to come in with my artisan paint. I find that the artisan's a lot thicker and it's really good for outlining, but in the beginning I just want something to give me a layout. So on my glass top table, or some of you I know like Kim and Phoenix, you guys use kind of a slab that's like a natural stone. It's kind of cool, I like that too. I'm going to just put this right on my glass, not near where the light can hit it and cure it on your desk. Always a little tip and trick to that. I'm going to use Iris out of the Goddess collection and dollop that on there. I love this one, Venus out of the Goddess collection. Well, Dave, I'm sorry. I thought it would be fun that you could come on screen and play. I do know that all week I did 3 tech talks this week, and all 3 of them we had a little bit of a connection issue, and normally I don't have any, so I think it's just something with that. Okay, this one, another one. I'm not a huge green fan, but this, I don't know if it's Gaia. I love this color. It's so much fun, especially if you're going to do your dragonflies and butterflies and stuff like that. Yeah, hi Sophia. Hello everybody. All right, so here, let the fun begin. All right, Dave, I'm giving you a beginning and an intermediate to advanced differences here in a couple different dragonflies. And what I wanted to show you guys is that there's many ways that you can do this, so you don't have to worry about, you know, the detail sometimes. The detail of usually things like this is just figuring out how to layer it, and once you figure out how to layer it, it all comes out really nicely. So yeah, Venus is your favorite. I do love those too. Yeah, okay, so let's get started with this one. Just cute little dragonflies. Maybe you could have a flower on there or whatnot. So for this, I just used a dotting tool, and of course the greatest, look how fine that brush is. I think I watched Floor, somebody do this, and they said there's like 8 hairs on it or something like that. Like they didn't count it, but oh, I could only imagine. It's beautiful. I love this brush. Okay, so dotting tool. One thing to do is I use makeup wedges because they're completely lint-free, and I put it in my 91% rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to remove the tacky layer off of there. If you don't, your artwork sometimes will start oozing out a lot faster than what you can work with it. And so being able to remove that tacky layer allows me to work with it a lot easier. Let's remove this one too. Okay, Dave, here's your hardest part with your line brush and your onyx. I do a little dot for where the head's going to be, and then I drag down to make its body. at an angle is usually what I do, just because I don't know why. Dragonflies' bodies are actually really straight, but I've always done them at an angle. Then I'm going to come in with my dotting tool and pick up one of my colors. Dot it at the biggest point where you want it to be, and then drag it in. You'll see it naturally makes a teardrop. Dragonfly wings are actually even. Their top and back wings are even. But I always thought, here, I'll show you how I used to do my dragonflies. I always liked to bring the second one in short, like that. But I had a little girl tell me that that's not a dragonfly. Dragonflies don't look that way. Their wings are all even. So I had to learn to make my dragonfly wings even, because she's right. And of course, with colors like these, they're so lush that it's easy to make anything pretty. So dot it, drag it straight in. You can use your brush for this too. Just for years I've gotten so used to using my dotting tool that I use it. And I'll use the pink one again. So in the salon, we know that this does not take that much time to do an accent finger, whether you have one dragonfly and a flower on the other or something like that. Cost-wise, honestly, comes down to pennies because you're not using that much paint. But on average, we can charge an extra $5 to do an artwork like this. And you can see the prism that comes in off of that. So I can tell I've talked a little bit much, and your colors start running together. So you could either do like your one color, flash that in the light. But here's a little troubleshooting thing. I get my brush and run it between those wings to separate them again. But if not, you could flash set it and then come back to it. So there's a couple cute dragonflies. Cure that in the light, and then you would top coat it. Oh my gosh, you guys have so many comments. I don't even know if I can keep up with everybody right now. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Allison. Let's see here. Allison late again, watching the other live. Ah, there's so many, isn't there? I love it, though. I need to get that brush. I have an obsession. Kim, you do have an obsession, and you do need this brush. I have a brush obsession, too. Looking cute. Yeah, so fun. Alright, so here's the dragonfly one. You can use that as an accent. Now, my favorite is to take, like, I don't know, you take even the pigments and kind of fade it up the nail to a clear to where it'd be kind of like mine, and then do the dragonflies. It really, really makes it pop up a whole lot more. Alright, so there's that one. And I apologize, I didn't know I was going to have company, and I have company that I haven't seen in like 6 months just show up at my door. So, I'm going to quickly show you guys something here. So I'm going to do the dragonfly one again. So dragonflies, I like to do kind of like two heads, and then really lightly dot the body down. Come up and extend those wings, long, long dragonfly wings. And then this bottom one, we're going to overlap the wing. So I'm going to start it here, come up from under the wing, and extend it out and over. And then I go ahead and come in, add a little bit of detail, and my company's at my door. Guys, I'm sorry. Hold on just a moment here. Let me let her in. So this is the outline. Always remember to come over and do the other side too. Okay, so here's your outline, Dave. We're going to cure that in the light. It's gel polish, so I can do it with the 30 seconds. And I have to go greet my company. Oh. Oh my gosh! I'm live. I'm doing a tutorial on dragonflies right now. Hi guys. No, come on in.
Archer, sit down.
Hi. Come in.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Archer, quit.
I'm live. I'm gonna be working for probably another 25-30 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. I just want to take off this off and
How long are you guys gonna be here?
we're just going through.
Are you really?
Yeah. Archer.
Okay. I'm right in the middle of a live.
Okay, come here.
Well, do you want to stay and watch, or are you guys going to be back through in a little while? You can hear, I mean, it's international. People from all over the world can hear our conversation right now. Don't be nervous. Oh, okay.
Should we watch for a minute?
Do you want to watch? Here, come join me. So my company's here going to watch. Okay, I have a brush and holder, coffee cup, I need more room. Oh my goodness, yes. Hi Gail, hi Julie. Just sat down to eat, still watching on TV, wonderful. Okay, hi Sally. Alright, so here's the outline of that set in the light. And then what we're going to do, like the stained glass effect, is we're going to come in and fill it in. So I'm going to use that same small brush. And what's nice is this is like coloring. This is what we wish we had a template for everything. Like sometimes I'll stamp a design on and then come in and fill it in and then turn it into a stained glass look. And you can get really fine detailed in there like that. Well, Corby, how are you guys doing?
Good, good, good. And you?
Very good. As you can tell, I get to have fun online. So Dave, the owner of this company, he went live a week or so ago, and I'm going to bring in the green now, and he was challenging himself to mimic something that his wife, who is a nail tech, did, and it was a butterfly, and it was so fun to watch him go live and give it a try. And I think what that helped prove is that even though people are beginners, unless they sit down and try and play with the products, that they don't know what they can do. So he did a little challenge where people did butterflies and they turned him into his group and stuff like that. It was kind of fun to watch all the people, and it really inspired a lot of people. So I thought, why not turn it around and challenge him again? And he used this hashtag called daveflies. And I was like, well, let's figure out what other thing would fly. And I'm like, dragonflies fly, ladybugs fly. So I'm challenging him, and I'm actually showing him step by step how to do it. An intermediate, more of an advanced dragonflies.
Is he a tech?
No. But that's the fun of it too. Him and his wife own this company, Nailchemy, though, which is all of these products that I'm using. It's really cool. So all I'm doing is like coloring book, filling those in. And you can tell it stays where you put it. It's another nice thing about using a thicker viscosity gel polish like what they have, is that you can like draw with it. Now remember, you have the other side too, and even though they're just a little bit there to give you that illusion, remember to fill those in as well. So there's the beginning of the stained glass effect. So I'm going to go ahead and set that in the light so that part doesn't move around anymore. That's so stinking pretty. It is pretty. Gail, I completely agree with you. Here's one of the finished ones. And of course with me, like I want to add another flower in here and really decorate it up, but I really love that look. And it's not hard to do at all. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I did the butterfly. Same exact idea. Yeah. You want your nails done while you're here? I haven't gotten to pamper you in what, a year?
A year.
Oh my gosh. So for you guys to know, Corby is one of my friends. So you guys know I moved here about 2 years ago. And she would come over the mountain and spend 2 hours driving over here to get her nails done, come spend the night with me, and then go back home. And so it's been about a year since I've been able to pamper her, and she just stopped by. All right, so now I'm going to use the black artisan paint and kind of do some detail work. So what I like to do, and I know we all have our different things, is I get my brush kind of loaded, and I get on my glass, and I work it through the bristles, but kind of thin it out on my brush to where it's just lightly coated. Then I can come in and outline with just the tip of the brush, outline my design. This is a lot more pigmented than the gel polish, but it's also a lot thicker too, so it works perfect for outlining. So with dragonflies like this, you don't want their wings to be separate. You want it to look like they're layered, because they actually have quite a few layers of wings. And so being able to overlap it a little bit, I think gives it a little bit more movement. So you can see how it makes the colors pop so much going over them again. And once again, it's the stained glass effect. I'm not going to change much with the body on this one. Sometimes I add glitter over it, kind of distorts it a little. I actually kind of like it with the dots. Okay, so you're going to cure that. And the artisan paint, I've heard in many of the lives, needs to be set for a minute. And I was setting mine for 30 seconds. I'm going to set that for 1 minute. Get that in my light, right? So you guys are just traveling through?
Yeah, we have to drop something off. I wanted to bring Caitlin's gift, and then we have to drop something off in Sheridan.
And she's at work right now, or I'd go grab her too.
Where's she working?
She is working today for Kona Ice. It's that like shave ice truck with all the music and stuff that the kids always run after. She's doing that, but there's like a car show in Sheridan, and it's all downtown, and she's working the shave ice.
Maybe if we get a minute, we'll just stop in and say, hey.
Yeah, it's downtown Sheridan. I don't know what time it gets over, but we've been having rain on and off, so I don't know how many people out there. Hi, Rachel. Oh my gosh, Gail, yes. In fact, I'm taking nailchemy with me on the cruise, and I'm going to feature it there for a couple of classes that I'm doing. So if you haven't worked with nailchemy and you're coming on the cruise, you get to play with my stash. Okay, Dave, there's a dragonfly for you. Stained glass look. Now let's start the butterfly. You know what? I'm not done with that yet. One of the things that I realized, I know, let me show you, is if you add, sometimes you can add that little bit of white. See the white right here underneath the wing? You can add just a wisp of the white artisan paint, and it kind of gives it a little bit of dimension. But now that I look them next to each other, I kind of like this one better. You know how every time we do something, we can see where we can improve? I think I'll leave it, actually. I like that. Okay. So, butterfly. So the onyx paint, the gel polish, I should say, it's not the paints, it's a lot smoother, so it allows me to really work with it a lot easier for me. I prime up my brush, and I'm going to do where we can have those big petals again. So butterflies have like the one little section for their head and then their body. And they have their little antennas. So I put a dot, kind of spiral that around. So there's a little curve to their antenna. And the wings come up. I'm going to make these ones have a little bit of a curve to them as well. bottom one comes around and link it up too. If you guys have ever Googled butterflies and dragonflies, there's so many colors, there's so many shapes of their wings, all of that. It's amazing. So an easy one to do when you're going to do a stained glass look is to do a Y. So section that off and bring it in. Once again, this doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to fill it all in anyways, and then we're going to re-outline it. Bring that across. So there's just a basic outline of the butterfly wings. And I'm going to set that for the 30 seconds because it's gel polish.
Those are really pretty.
I could see like the tips of the other nails. Like, I don't know, there's something about that green that I really like. Like, you could see fading down the tips of the other nails with like a green and then doing that on the ring fingers.
So you've been really busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
With this stuff, right?
Not only with this, but we just had 2 weddings and Caitlin's graduation and everything else. Like, oh. Okay, so I'm going to take my fine brush again and we're going to start coloring it in just like the other one. So, like in here, I did the pink first. Yeah, I was actually just telling them that when Monday came and I knew that my schedule was going to be a lot lightened with everything else, I was like, okay, it can be summer now. I said, Mother Nature and I were having a discussion. I don't know if she was listening, but it's official, it can be summer. And then no joke, like within 15 minutes, it's raining again outside. So, so you know how like 3D is really popular and stuff on nails too? I'm going to show you guys how you can easily turn these into 3D design as well. Hi, Loretta. Okay, I'm going to come in with the purple. And remember, I'm going to outline this again. So at this point, it's still okay to like be kind of messy. With colors like these, it doesn't matter. They're so beautiful and so lush that even if you mess up, they're still pretty. So did you guys go up to the mountain festival?
No, it was raining.
Oh.
I don't think they're going to have quite a turnout that they were hoping for.
Yeah. So Loretta, I'm using nailchemy products and I'm showing Dave how to do other things that fly. So here's a butterfly and a dragonfly. But here, I'll show you in just a second what paints I was using. So there's the outline of that. And I don't want it to move. But on his body, just to show you, kind of highlight a little bit, I'll take a little bit of the green. You can highlight with this as well, and it just gives that extra movement in there. So pretty. Alright, so I'm going to cure that. Once again, I'm curing it for 30 seconds because it's the gel polish, so that's all it needs. So I started out with saltstone, and I chose air to overlay it with because, you know, they need flight, they need air. And that was the background part. Okay, then I used the onyx gel polish. And I put it on my glass just to outline with it. And then I filled it in using Iris, Venus, and I believe it's called Gaia out of the Goddesses collection. And I'm just using my nailchemy really thin. I forget if this was 4 millimeters or 8 millimeters, I don't recall. And we're coming up with this. Alright, so that's it. So now I'm going to come in with my Artisan black paint, which I already have some on my desk. I'm going to reprime it again. And then I'm going to outline it once again. And now is where I can kind of bring it in a little bit more and add a little bit more detail to it. On the top of the wings, I like to bring it down just a little bit farther and add in white dots in there, kind of like how monarchs are. So I kind of round that off. I feel so bad. I wish I would have realized timing and stuff like that, or I would have waited to go live.
Two weddings. Who else got married?
Phil, one of them that was on the department with Brandon and Werland. Remember we called him Ken because he looked like Barbie and Ken?
Where does he live now?
In Montana.
He got married, huh?
Yes. In a very mountaintop, beautiful ceremony. So you can tell I filled it in with black a little bit more through here so that I can detail it with some white dots. Remember, going for the stained glass effect, so you outline everything on that. It's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to cure that in the light for 1 minute. So look, we've done this design, and we've done this one, and we're on a third one, and it's only been about 30 minutes. So you guys know that in the salon, how fast you can do a design like this. And once you have a routine set and you get repetition going, it makes it a lot faster, so then you can do them a whole lot faster than that, but they're really pretty.
It fell sideways.
No, it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to use the artisan paint again. This one's the white. I'm going to use a dotting tool and put a little bit down on my glass. And I'm using a very small fine end dotting tool. You can use the tip of a brush, but I, once again, find it more control out of using my dotting tool. And just add the dots to highlight it a little bit. You don't have to, it's just fun. And sometimes, you know how people put like little eyeballs on their dragonflies and stuff? We'll just put little eyeballs on it. Let's drag this down. Yeah, pretty fun. So to show you the difference of those, I added a little bit more white dots onto this one. Pretty. Okay, so I'm going to set that in the light. So for 3D, you can use your top coat to add that, or if you really want it to stick up, you can use like hard gel. But in this case, I was experimenting with the nailchemy and it worked perfect to give me a 3D effect using the no wipe top coat. So I'm going to go ahead and do a full coating on there. So once again, always put your bulk down first, up to your cuticle and all the way down, making sure your bristles are fanned out so you can get a solid, smooth coverage. Now you can really see those colors pop. Allow it to settle for a moment so that it can get as smooth as it possibly can. Look at how much bling is in that. It's a beautiful stained glass effect. And then cure that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. allow it to level out. Thank you. I don't know if it's perfectionism. I got a little nervous when my company walked in and they're watching and you guys are watching and but I think they're kind of cute. Okay, so for 3D, here's what I've been doing. Once again, you can use hard gel, but on top of this, and there's no tack on there, I dollop it on my glass again. You can use a dotting tool or your brush. In this case, I really want to build it up, so I'm going to use a dotting tool. And I'm going to get quite a bit of that top coat on there. And just where my image is, I'm going to drag that top coat over it. And I'll show you guys the side view, how much it builds that up. And it gives dimension. And even though your color's flat, drag it across. I'm going to set that in the light because I don't want it to move. In fact, I'm going to hold it upside down for a second, just like what you do with hard gel, to let it pull it down and then flip it over and stick it in your light. Yeah, super pretty. It blinks so much I can tell the camera has a hard time like focusing in on it. Hey, Miss Becky. Becky, we were just talking about the cruise, how Dave and Haley need to come with us on the cruise. Okay, so again, I'm going to get a dollop of, I need to get some more on there. If you're really good and it doesn't run all over, I can usually do it off of my brush. Let's see how it wants to do it though. But I'll put a dollop on there. And then take my dotting tool and drag it where I want it. Once again, hold it upside down to let it use gravity. And flip it over and set it in the light again. This is how I do my ladybugs too, which Dave, I'll wait to see, how you do this, and then we'll do a ladybug challenge. And the ladybugs look so real. They're beautiful. Hi, Sharon. Such a pretty design, easy step by step. Yeah, Carla, do we think it? Do you think Dave? I think Dave can do these easy. We watched him do that. So just with that one layer, let's see if you can. It's not really showing up there. You can see where it gives a 3D effect, like it's visible. There, you can kind of see it there. Visible 3D, and you can layer it as much as you need. Like I said, if you're doing hard gel, you can kind of get away with one step. So this is just the no white top coat. Use your dotting tool to kind of move it around within your design. Yeah, you can really see it more there. I'm going to turn it upside down and let gravity kind of pull that in. And flip it over and set it in the light again. Dave, that is too easy. I showed you how to do it like a coloring book. You draw your outline and then you fill it in like a coloring book. I love it. These ones aren't top coated yet, this one is. So you can tell how, like a little bit, especially with the artisan paint, how it makes it pop a little bit more once you get your top coat on there. Okay, so now you can really see we turned that into a 3D dragonfly. Wow, that's really textured. I don't know if I could do 3D on my nails. Like, I'm not a huge fan of things that stick up like that, even though it's smooth, yeah. Yeah, you can see the sparkle in there. Absolutely beautiful. Dave and Haley, thank you so much for supplying us with products that are the quality and the color and the long lasting and the high shine and the perfect mattes and all of that. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. So here you go, Dave. Hashtag daveflies. Let's mimic dragonflies. Or the challenge that Dave already did was butterflies. Of course, these are all stained glass kind of themed. Or even the little baby dragonflies are really cute. So let's have fun. It doesn't matter what products you use. And I don't know if you want to turn this into an additional challenge or something like that. That's kind of up to Dave and Haley. But I just want to say thank you again for coming out with a product line that is not only fun to use, but for me, I think it's easy. It makes my artwork the next step by far. And I've been doing this for 26 years. And I feel like the products that you have allow me to be better than what I've ever been before. So thank you so much for that. If you guys have any questions, I will definitely go back through and answer any questions. And then likewise, you know, like with all of the stuff that they do, they also handed me a promo code. So if you wanted special discount on purchasing any of the products, you can use Amy10 and get 10% off your order, which thank you guys for doing that as well. And let's see if I can answer any questions really fast. Carla says, well, Amy makes it look easy. It'll be awesome to have faith. Yes, have your faith. Do it. Make things fly. Remember to use the hashtag daveflies. Now I'm going to have to do 3 ounce GG nail polish, place and play. Oh, how cute. Dave, challenge accepted. Yay, exactly that. Love it, love it. All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining me live. I would continue on, but you guys know that some of my good friends have showed up here, so I'm going to go visit with them. And you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much.